First off, thanks for coming on. I truly appreciate it. It's always nice to talk to student athletes and just get, a sense of what's going on. How are you? And obviously, talking to your teammate really hypes up Ridgeview. So I'm excited to hear your side of everything.
Mhm.
Before I do any of that, though, I always start off with just getting to know you. So, what are some hobbies that you kind of have like outside of running?
Okay, so I really like to read. Historical fiction is like my favorite genre of books. So I really love reading. Um, and I also love traveling. Like I've been to a lot of places in the past. Um, being like the Caribbean would be my favorite, not gonna lie. But
Oh, that's cool.
yes, track does take a well, running does take a lot of my time. So I mean, traveling and reading is a balance between the two, like a safe place.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've heard a lot of things, but it's cool to hear like, nobody's ever said reading.
Yeah,
Nobody. And it's crazy because it's like you would think that's like a common thing, but
right.
um what kind of books? I know you mentioned like traveling and like I think traveling is way more like uh what everybody like looks at what they want to do. But like I'm really interested in the books. Like what do you like to read? I know you said like historical fiction, but is there anything like specific?
Um, I don't know how to explain it, but I do like one specific book that I really loved, which kind of got me into that genre was The Hate You Give and On the Come Up. Angie Thomas is like the author of both of those. So I really loved the way that she portrayed the story. Even though it wasn't real, it just felt like it was.
Well, dang, that's a just plug the book right there. Everybody's gonna
Yeah.
start reading it. um, so how'd you get started in running?
Okay, so funny story. Basically, my dad in high school, he ran track. And at first, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. He did distance as well, which is really surprising. But I don't think, at first, just wasn't really feeling it. Like, I really wanted to become a cheerleader. Like, that's what I wanted to come to high school for. I did not want to run at all. I didn't even like sweating. So, doing this was just not in my, like, forte. I just didn't feel like I wanted to do it. So, I remember we came to like orientation, freshman orientation, like where you sign up for activities and we seen cross country and my dad was like, you should definitely just try it. And I was okay. Well, I mean, I don't really have any choice. Well, I do have a choice, but it's just like, why not? So I decided to do it. And not gonna lie, the environment was really, really fun. It made me want to continue doing it. And Coach Stack was like a very encouraging and supportive coach. So it just made me want to continue to keep doing it. So that's kind of how I got into it.
That's a first.
Mhm.
Haven't heard that one either.
Yeah.
Cheerleader to go cross country.
Right.
Yeah, that's different. Um,
Mhm.
but one thing I'm not surprised is hearing you say Coach Stack.
Right.
Um, because he is very motivating. I could see how like people could kind of really get behind him
Yes.
and want to join for sure.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to start off talking about cross country. In cross country 23, you ran sub 22 one time. This season, you ran sub 21 three times. So big growth right there.
Yeah.
What do you kind of credit the success to be able to make those leaps and bounds forward?
Okay. So a lot of hard work, like a lot of hard work. I probably would not have been able to do this if like I didn't continue to show up to practices. Like you have to continue to put in the work. Like one thing that my coach always tells me, you can never get complacent. No matter how many times like you run a PR, you can always like there's always room to improve. So that's kind of how I looked at it. Like, I didn't look at it, oh yeah, I ran this one time, like just living in that moment, I'm just like looking at, okay, what's next? So you just got to continue to work. Don't miss any practices. Like I continued to show up. I don't even think I missed a practice last cross country season. I was there during all summer conditioning. So I think I could credit that. Like just continuing to put in the work, not getting slack, and just I don't know, continue to push myself.
Yeah, no, that speaks to a lot, you know. Even talking to I was talking to I won't mention his name, but I was talking to a guy and he was talking about how he wasn't consistent
Right.
and he struggled. He saw like the growth wasn't going up as much as it should have been, and it was just a testament to like I gotta be consistent with it. I gotta like, show up every day and put out.
Right.
So kudos to you. You know,
Mhm.
um, 5K PR 2017. Hey, we're there. You know, we're getting there. Um, when you run a time like that, do you notice like during the race that something is different? Like you're just it's feeling easier, or you hit the first split and it's like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. In the moment, like, and I realize this a lot whenever I'm running, I don't even realize what I'm doing. It doesn't even feel like I'm running almost. So like when I see the time when I finish, I'm just like, oh wow, I actually did that. I'm just surprised. And I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know how I did it, to be honest. Um, so like, yeah, in the moment, it doesn't even feel real. It doesn't even feel like, yeah, it just doesn't feel real at all.
Isn't that so weird? Because like I remember my PR and like I don't remember going out that fast. Like it was just like
Right.
it just happened.
Just going through the
And then
motions.
yeah, you go through the motions,
Yeah.
and then it's like I could not tell you. So I could tell you the first mile. The first mile was like it was like 5:05.
Mhm.
I could not tell you the second mile. I couldn't tell you the third mile. I just crossed the line and it was like, holy crap, you know,
Yeah.
16, 13. Like that's awesome. But it just happens. It's so interesting how that always happens. When you're running a race like that, or like even just in general, do you hear Coach Stack or family, teammates, anything?
Yes, I promise you that's literally the only voice I hear. Like there's no it doesn't matter how many people I that's like yelling in the crowd. I'm telling you, Coach Stack, that voice is like engraved in my mind. Like I can hear him from like a mile away. It doesn't matter. And of course my family too. Like I hear them. Those are the only voices I hear out of everybody. And of course my teammates, because they're like very, very supportive. I love them so, so, so much.
Yeah. And that's that's what I got earlier. Coach Stack has such a voice where it's like you just you know that one.
Hmm.
State finish, 55th individual. Um, going into that race, I guess first off, do you like Newberry? Do you like that course or?
Absolutely not. It
Oh,
doesn't matter how many times I run on that course, I will never, ever, ever like it. It's no, no.
really?
Yes, Coach Stack tells us that we should. That's probably one of the best courses out there. I think. I don't personally. I don't like it. I have other opinions about that, but yeah, I do not like Newberry at all.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think so. From every student athlete that I've interviewed so far, the going rate has to be like 95% hate the course.
Yes.
Um, and I think that's strikingly interesting. Because obviously, like coaches, we don't run it, or, and I mean, I'm running like, you know, portions of it, but, you know, from hearing from a student athlete say, like, hey, this course is not good,
Hmm.
um, it's interesting. And, you know, there's talk, I mean, nobody even knows where state quals is going to be or states this year. So hopefully, maybe it's not there. But I actually genuinely like Newberry. I think it's really, it's got that cross country feel to it, kind of like Eye Opener, where it's just different, I guess.
Yes.
But again, I'm not running it, so always have to defer to you.
Right.
So 55th though individually, was that a finish you kind of were expecting, or were you expecting a little bit quicker?
The goal was that I finished a lot faster. I don't on that course, I don't even think I PR'd. I was very disappointed when I crossed the line, but at the same time, I was just thinking, I was trying to be optimistic, remain optimistic in the situation because I mean, I had a lot of PRs the whole season. Like it was very much breakout season for me, especially coming off of an injury and dealing with a lot of adversity. So, I mean, yes, I was disappointed, but at the same time, I was just like, I just took it on the chin, to be honest.
No, hey, I mean, I think everybody runs slow on that course, which is why maybe people don't like it as well. Like it
Yeah.
just kind of adds fuel to the fire.
Mhm.
Um, but that's why, like when you look at the state meet, and even like state quals, like finishing is really the most important thing. And like where you finish as a team, 13th, not bad. Um, again, I'm kind of assuming like you kind of look at like the milestones as like top 10 as a team, and then you kind of look like top five and then podium. How do you think overall was the whole emotions afterwards? Like, did you guys like talk about 13th as a team or just not really?
I mean, we didn't have it wasn't like a big conversation. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us kind of felt the same way. Like we were all pretty upset. 'Cause I mean, we all worked really hard. Like one thing I could say about our team is that we're going to put in the work every single time. So, I mean, yes, we were disappointed, but it was just like kind of like how I felt. It was just like, on to the next, see what we could do better and come back stronger.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I tell my kids all the time, even if you PR, it's something you can always kind of like learn from. Um, and especially the races that don't go your way, you can just learn a lot from them and just help you improve on the next one. So we know Newberry is not your favorite course.
Right.
What is your favorite course? Whether it be in North Carolina, South Carolina, or anywhere.
Okay. So I think most of these are based in South Carolina. I'm gonna go with Starlight as number one because it is just easy course. Everybody PRs. Um, and it's just like, I don't know. I really liked it the first time I ran. I was like, okay, I could get used to this. So I liked that. I'm going to go with Adidas, although the only thing that I have to say, every time I run on that course, it's like very, very hot, which makes it kind of uncomfortable. But I wouldn't say that it's a bad course. I mean, you get a little bit of everything. Like the hills are not even that bad, to be honest. And then Westwood. I think I will go Westwood as my last one.
Yeah, Starlight is definitely the going one for most people.
Yeah.
They love running under the lights. The only thing I question is like that start. That's gotta be the craziest thing ever. You have like 100 plus people on a track, eight
Yeah.
lanes wide.
It's very, very packed. Very
How do
packed.
you do that?
You've been
Like
pushed around. Yeah, very, very aggressive start.
very aggressive start. And it's not like there's like I mean there's a lot of turns in that race too.
Yes.
Um so you would think it would actually be running slower because of having to turn so much.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just the feel or the emotions that go into that race. But yeah, everybody loves that race. I've always heard good things about Starlight. And then yeah, you talk about Adidas, another good course, hard course, but if you you can PR on it.
I think I
Um,
can the last time I ran on it. I think.
yeah, the hill at the end is just oh
Yes, that last 800 is brutal.
yeah. I ran that course um in like the community race a couple of years ago just
Hmm.
to put on spikes again and say I did it, and it was hard.
Yeah.
It's a tough course.
Hmm.
Um, when you look at the overall season and everything you've learned, what are some of like your overall thoughts of how the whole thing went?
Okay, so it was a very long season, I can tell you that. Very long season. Um, a lot of emotions were running high. I was in my head a lot for most of the races. Like where Stack and all my support systems see me, like I just didn't believe it myself. So it took me a good minute to like, you know what, just take a step back and think about all the work that I put in to then push myself and um, run those PRs. And I'm still not where I want to be. So there's definitely still more work to be done. But in that moment, it just gave me a chance to like think and sit back and reflect. So yes, a lot of emotions were running high through that season. Um, I learned a lot. Um, but yeah, I think it brought the team a whole lot closer. I could say that for
Y- y- Yeah, I think something to really note is just like the progress Ridgeview has had, especially over the past few years. You can see the growth. You can see the program like really, just like there's like you're almost there. You're almost there. And I think it's like
Mhm.
you look at maybe like this year or even the next year, um, to really put Ridgeview on the map as being like a really competitive, not only track team but cross country team as well.
Right.
Let's go to track 25, this past one. Um, PR 1600 meters, 5:39, 3200 meter, 12:19, and then the 8 2:29. Overall, great times. What goes into kind of choosing an event? Like, what do you feel more comfortable in?
Okay, this is a very, very, I want to say difficult question, but it's a trick question because um out of the 3,200 in the mile, I'm definitely going to choose a mile every single time because I feel like I am much stronger in the mile than I am in the 3,200, which is weird. But if I had to choose out of those three, I'm definitely going to pick the 800. I'm not even going to lie. I'm definitely going to pick the 800.
Yeah, the 8 is I mean, it's just so fast. Like, there's really like not a lot of time to think. Um and you almost have to have a game plan kind of going in, or just like spur the moment, make a movement,
Right.
which is why I think it's so tough for people to really adjust to it. Because if you're not like, if you can't make that decision right then and there, like if that person goes and you don't go, like that's it.
Right.
Like
You
you're
just
either
have to
gonna catch
accept
them,
it.
yeah, well, you're either gonna catch them, they're gonna die out, or you're gonna go with them and see what happens. And it's, you never know the result.
Right.
Um, so no 30. You hate the 32.
I'm not gonna say hate it. I mean, it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this. I don't mind running it, but I'm definitely not gonna pick it. It's not gonna be my first option for sure.
I mean, yeah, the 32. 12:19 is so, like, you're there. You're almost like you should be able to break 12.
Right.
Um, I think so, at least with the 800 speed and the mile speed. I think if you just hang on, you could easily break 12. And then I think that even puts you like really strong in the 32. Um, what were some of your goals like in the 800 this year? Because breaking 230 obviously is another kind of milestone. Because I think there's like multiple kind of like milestones into each event. Sub 230 is definitely one of them.
Yes.
I think then it's like that 220 mark, and then like 215, and obviously like 210. But what were some of the goals like going into the season?
Okay, so for one thing that I want to say is I was like the 800 wasn't even supposed to be like my one of my main events. Like I was just supposed to be like 1600, 3200. I was supposed to only run it sometimes, but now during that track season I ran it more than I thought I could. Well, thought I would. And so um definitely the goal, like the next goal was to sub 225. Um definitely had to switch my training up mid season, and because I had to get a little bit of both, a little bit of mile training and a little bit of 800, because I mean, I was running both at the same time. So I feel like if I had more time to really get into it, maybe that could have had happened. Um, I definitely felt like I had potential, but things happen. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that like you almost have to pick an event, which kind of sucks because it's like there's just different training when it comes to 8 and 16 and 32. And so if you want to like succeed in one, it's like you kind of put all your marbles like into that one.
Right.
Um, but I feel like also you're just so diverse in your levels of training to be able to run all three, because not many people even try to run 3 events. They typically just kinda stick with 8 and 16 or 16 and 32 or even just 1 alone, um, and then kinda wing it when it gets towards, like, states and whatnot. Do you have a favorite, like, workout, whether it be for the 800 or the 16 or 32?
Okay, for the 800, my favorite workout probably had to be, we had 150s. It was like our sprint day. So I feel like for the 800, we definitely had a lot of sprint days because I mean, you need that kind of ability close to the end of your race. So I always had to be like the 150s. Then we had 30s. So it was like 400, 400. And you had a rest in between. And then um, you had a 7-minute rest and you had to do the 150s. So I think that would have to be my favorite workout.
Yeah, I think when it comes to, like, 800-meter sprints or 800-meter, like, workouts, um, it's just too fast. Too fast for
Yes.
me, at least. Um, do you feel like there was more, like, on the table for the year? I mean, I know you ran the 2 races kinda like postseason, and both were sub 2:30, which is kinda curious because, you really kinda see, like, those peak times a bit more in, like, May or April even. So
Mhm.
for you to PR, like, June, um, like, I mean, at some point, you kinda have to cut it off to get ready for cross country. Do you feel like there was more on the table? Like, you coulda gone a little bit faster if you had a month, or were you kinda like, that was it for the year?
Um, I definitely feel like there was more on the table. Like the big thing was, okay, I sub 230. Okay, I'm running it in open events, not just in the relays. So it's just like, what's next? And yeah, I definitely feel like if there was like a month more, I definitely feel like I could continue to drop those times.
Now something we don't normally see, or you can't even see, is, like, relays. So you ran 4 by 8 or did you like, what relays did you do?
I did the 4x8, yes.
Yeah, that's always, like, that adds on to just the grit and, like, especially having to do, like, 4 by 8, 800, 16. I mean, there's a triple right there,
Yes.
um, that most of us don't even think about.
Hmm.
Cross country for this year, I guess to start, I'm assuming 2-week break from when your last meet was to cross country training?
Yes.
Yeah, so how's the cross country training been?
Okay, so I know this was so funny because me and my other teammate, she had a 2-week break as well. So when we came back, it was just whoa, because our coach switched up the training. Someone like switched up the weight room, what we were not used to last year. So it just everything was new. Um, the 2-week break, even though it wasn't a lot, I definitely felt it. Like when I came back, definitely felt it. And it was funny, like coming back and just in the weight room not knowing what to do, also just not feeling as strong as you were before, because you had to kind of like build back up where you left off. So yeah, first week back was definitely something.
2 weeks off is always, like, kinda like the going rate,
Right.
um, but I feel like you just need it. Like, not just, like, physically, but just, like, mentally to be able to take a step back, so it's good. It's good that you felt it because I think sometimes too, like, you almost don't feel it because it goes so quick and you're,
Mhm.
like, back into the grind of things,
Right.
um, so yeah, it's good. Definitely break is good. When it comes to and I mean, I hate to bring it up, but, like, rankings, because I think rankings don't mean, like, anything. As much as I love rankings, I feel like they don't mean much
Yeah.
because anybody at any day could win or have, like, a breakout race, and they do tell a story, but they just don't tell the full story the whole time. rankings aren't saying how much Ridgeview is working,
Right.
um, but 47th as a returner for 5A Division One. Um, there's growth. There's a lot of growth there. Do you have goals kind of for the season when it comes to time wise? I'm assuming sub 20 for sure.
Yes, I want to it's been talked about a lot, but I really want to get into the 18s. Um Everybody around me believes it's possible. It's just that I got to apply it to myself. So, I definitely think that I could do it based on, how I am running, things that I'm doing behind the scenes. I definitely feel like it's possible. So, yes, getting into those 18s, definitely sub 20 for sure.
Yeah, that's something that I think a lot of people don't. I think they understand it, but they don't fully like comprehend how much like a good summer training can really set you up for cross country in the fall. I had a friend who ran at my high school and she was like a 19, I think her PR was like 1920, 1930.
Mhm.
Then next year she ran 17 like 40s. Um and nobody would have guessed. But she just had a really good summer. She put in the work and that's really all it takes. It's just hard work, dedication, and like you mentioned, consistency. So 18s, that's a lofty goal. I'm rooting for you.
Yes. Mm, Thank you.
Definitely for sure. Um, no, of course. Same as Ridgeview. I like 100% rooting for you guys. 15th as a team as well, but like you said, like nobody knows what you guys are doing. Um, but I've heard from you, I've heard from your teammate, Coach Stack. Obviously, a lot of work going in this year to turn some heads. Overall, when you look at this kind of like final season gearing up, what do you want to get kind of out of it the most?
Um, for one, okay. I It's very sad, but I want to continue to show up for my teammates and represent for them. Um, they're all working really, really hard, and I really admire that because, I mean, who wouldn't honor somebody who's trying to work as hard to, you know, run a run a good time, on this team. Like I currently hold a record during my track season at the school. So I just want to continue to lead the way because I know that a lot of people are looking up to me, and it's surprising actually, but I know that it's true, and I just want to continue to show up not only for myself but for my teammates as a role model, being a senior. So I just want to continue to represent myself and my team very well this season.
Do you have goals to running in college at all? Do you have
So
goals to
far,
running in
I
college at
do
all?
want to run in college. Um, I have colleges looking at me already, so I definitely want to take that chance. Hopefully, I'm able to balance it, but I mean, being a student athlete now and being in dual enrollment classes kind of prepared me to like get a taste of what that would be like. So, yes, I think I can do it.
Yeah, no, the balance is always yeah, no, the balance is always tough, but that's the kind of cool thing about like cross country athletes. I always feel like they're always very determined and
Right.
they always know how to balance everything really well. We will definitely have you on again. Hopefully
Yes.
sometime during the season, just because again, you have such positive vibes, positive, mindset of everything. I'm really rooting for your team. I
Thank
wish
you.
you the best. And seriously, 18 minutes, that's what I'm going to hold you to. You're going to run it this year. And yeah, just super excited to see what you do and wish you the best of luck. School's about to start off, so
Yes.
good luck with that as well. Balance
Thank you.
everything well. And we will definitely talk to you sometime in the season.
Thank you.